Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Weathers. Heat advisories in the orange and warnings in the pink in effect through Friday. The exception is the mountains, where our heat risk will still be moderate to major on Thursday. All the purple is extreme heat risk continuing again Friday and many areas Saturday as well. So it's possible that we'll have to see that need for heat headlines continue on the 4th of July. Watch Charleston's heat index fall to 99 Monday. Still hot, but less extreme at that time. Friday, later in the day from the north, a marginal risk for severe weather. Then later in the day, Saturday, and again on Sunday, a marginal risk for some heavy rain that could bring some flooding concerns. So we will see a more active stretch with some shower and thunderstorm potential heading through 4th of July weekend. But for now, still very clear. Areas of fog setting up overnight into Thursday, followed by another rather dry day. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home. A lot of other spots you could be traveling to will keep the need to practice heat safety through 4th of July weekend. Triple-digit heat for Charlotte and D.C. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast. Part of the issue is temperatures maintaining in the mid-70s overnight. Moundsville, 75. We'll have a high here of 98 on Thursday, 96 Morgantown. Martinsburg, 74 for a low. We will have the mountains again a bit cooler. Davis, 67 for a low, 89 for a high. Meanwhile, pushing back to these hot spots, 104 Martinsburg, 103 for Petersburg. Some fog setting up here and there. Elkins, 70 tonight, 93 then on Thursday, with 99 for Ripley. We'll see Marlinton, 67, Charleston, 73. Areas of fog possible overnight. Then temperatures well into the 90s for our Thursday. So hot through the rest of the week. Some storms developing over the weekend, and by next week, highs in the 80s.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Or call 800-765-8255. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, hello, West Virginia. We are back for more in the 304. Time to get it done in the 681. Time to start this 3-hour audio tour for Wednesday, July 1st. Oh, man, Coop, we're on the back half, man. We're on the back half of 2026. You believe that?
What's crazy is for like the last week, it's been getting darker earlier.
Oh, yeah.
You know? That time's coming, man. Pretty soon it's going to be dark when we leave work.
No, wait a minute.
That's like me taking on your role, son. Like, you're usually the one that does this kind of thing.
No. Here's the thing. When it's still light after 9 o'clock, I kind of feel guilty for not doing enough.
Oh, I
know what I mean?
Like you look outside and you're like, man, I probably could have done like a leaf or
something.
Like started the lawnmower or something tonight or something. Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
No, because later this year when things get dark, and I'll say something to Linda after the show, I'll say, hey, I got to go out. And she's like, you're going out after 7 o'clock? It's pitch dark out there. That's not the case now. But it's hot, man.
Oh man,
there's
no
hot.
doubt. It is scorchingly hot out there.
Welcome back to the Heat Dome. The Heat Dome. Heat Dome Day 3. Bum, bum. We got a couple more days of this.
Do you prefer indoor air conditioning or outside at the pool, like under the shade?
That's a really good question. I tell you what, though. A nice breeze at the pool is really nice.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Because you're usually not wearing a lot of clothes. You got your bathing suit on and maybe a a T-shirt.
And for
or
me,
whatever.
a shade because I had skin cancer, so I don't like getting too much out in the sun. But I like being hot. Like as long as I don't have to be hot. I'm not for people that live in situations where they can't cool down. I don't want to be that kind of hot, and I have great empathy there. But as far as like during the summer and want to enjoy myself, I like sweating a little bit and being outside.
It's funny you bring this up because somebody sent me a note of a picture they had of me from back in my lifeguarding days, back in the before times.
How could you have not shown Ryan before he left?
Oh, yeah, he doesn't believe it, right?
No, he doesn't.
But I mean, in this photo, I've got like white hair. And I was literally in the sun
you're like
so
a beach,
much.
Yeah, you're like one of the flipper kids.
Yeah.
You know how all the flipper kids always had white hair from being out in the sun all the time?
And remember how all the really attractive girls would put like lemon in their hair and all that kind of stuff? And I didn't do any of that. I was just like Mr. Lifeguard. I was just like out in the sun from 9:30 to, 8 o'clock, I guess.
My sister had a friend, I'm not lying, she's older than me, had a friend when I was growing up who put Crisco on her skin when she would go out into the sun. Crisco, lard.
Hey, did you know, did you see what the food of the day is?
I did not.
It's Cheese Whiz.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, it's Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, okay.
So you literally, there are some people, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with Cheese Whiz.
Oh, sure.
And one of the things you can do with it is you can put it in your hair.
One of my
Oh,
yeah, that's right. I forgot about it.
You can shave with it.
You know, one of my favorite things about Cheese Whiz
What?
is how much Europeans hate it.
Yeah.
Like people from other countries, they really hate Cheese Whiz, which makes me want to double down on it. For real.
So we'll get to that. That'll be at 5 o'clock. Oh, did you see where the big boss is coming on the show at 5?
Yeah, man. Big news.
Man, we better get it buttoned up, man.
Big happenings.
We better get it buttoned up.
I think he might even stick around and play in or out.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got 3 E's in his last name, just like me.
That's right.
So I'm all good. I'm good.
Big doings across the stations today. That's good stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we can talk for a bit.
Let's talk about that. So news came out today that the West Virginia Radio Corporation, Learfield, and WVU have come together. They buried the hatchet, and we're all pals again. And football, basketball, coaches shows, and more, TBA, to be determined, will be coming back to the network beginning this fall. That's pretty exciting, right?
It is massively exciting. Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
Really exciting. And I started thinking
coming
about
home, Coming home.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly right. So now can we go back to those Jack and Woody clips? Can we play those when we want to?
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll tell you what. Let's do this. We'll play a couple. And then when George comes on at 5, we'll just send him the bill.
Yeah, there
and
we
just
go.
see how
That'll
that
work.
works.
That'll work.
Here's the thing. Did you ever change your presets? I mean, your radio presets in your car?
Well,
because I still, I'm one of those guys who would be on the road, and I did a lot of games in those days, and so I'd be traveling to and fro, and I'd be trying to listen to West Virginia football as I was coming back into the state, and it could be tough, man. It could be tough because I still kept all my old presets from back in the day, AJR and the stations I worked at in Clarksburg and here in Charleston, And how many phone calls do you think you've taken in your career about WVU games on the radio?
It's been a while now because it's been a while here in Charleston since we've had the broadcast. But at one point in time, yeah, I mean it was we got more calls about that than anything else.
Think about this. This show is how old? We're 13 years old?
At least 13 years.
Okay. I know, it seems longer.
We're sort of like an international signing, and we're not we're a little cagey about our actual age.
That's exactly right. But literally, our show came from the period of time after those games had left the net, right? We have not experienced this ever.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that weird to think about?
That is weird.
Hey, this is going to be your issue, man. Getting the call-in shows scheduled and where are you putting WVU baseball tonight and what happens to the Reds? I mean, there's all kinds of questions for you.
Yeah, we'll get it.
We'll get it. We'll get it all.
Well, I mean, there's no CHS in this agreement yet, anyway. So
That's right.
I don't have to worry about it at the moment.
That's right. But it is exciting. I was telling Dave Allen, I remember from back in the days when I was a kid, my brother and I shared a new newspaper out in Bridgeport. So on Saturdays, I had the afternoon paper. And I remember when I would go through the neighborhood, I didn't even have to carry my radio. I could hear.
Oh, yeah, right.
I could literally, some people say things and they don't mean it. I absolutely mean this. I could literally walk my entire paper route without a radio and hear the game.
No, I know what you mean. Like when I was in my early teens, for example, I lived in a little holler in St. Albans, and you'd have to walk out of the holler on a dirt road, and there were houses piled up on either side of you. On a Saturday afternoon, you could easily walk your way up through there, and every single porch had a radio on with the Mountaineer broadcast.
Yeah.
Every single one. Yeah, I mean, you heard – I mean, there was no question. You could just hear – and then when you'd hear the da-da-da-da, I mean, that's when you knew, hey, that's 30
game's
minutes.
going on.
Yeah, 30 minutes before kickoff. We better get ready to go.
So there you go. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. It's really exciting news. And I'm glad I didn't change my preset.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. It's going to be really great for our stations in the company that are going to get that privilege again to be able to do it and do it right, because that's something we always took great pride in, and something that we know that we're going to deliver on. So it's going to be a great time.
I got questions, and we'll get some of those questions answered. More specific media.
That's why the man's going to be here. That's
media
why
stuff.
George will be here.
We'll do that in the 5 o'clock hour. Tony Caridi's coming on too, so he's a big part of this. Obviously, he was part of the announcement today.
What does he have to do with anything?
So he'll be on.
Who?
He'll be on. He'll be on at 5:30.
We're going to hear
today.
from Tony again.
What else have we got today? Well, Jeff Erickson's on the show in about a half an hour, and at 4 o'clock we have Pick One. We're going to do a 4 o'clock Pick One. It's never been in the 4 o'clock slot.
Yeah, that's
before.
like a new spot.
You know what, though? With this new announcement about the WVU games and stuff, we're just moving pieces around the chessboard today.
Just trying to make it work.
You never know. The queen on the board can go anywhere. So
maybe
we're just moving it around.
There might be people that get off at 4:30 that when they get in the car, they catch or I'm sorry, maybe there's people that get to work at like around 4:30 or something, or they get home at 4:30, and so they're never able to hear Pick One. And so, they're leaving, and they're like, oh, hey, what's this? What's this?
So we'll do that.
Appointment radio.
Larry Groce is going to be here, so we're going to be talking about his latest venture. Probably get a little talk in there about Mountain Stage and maybe fishing. We always like to talk about that with Larry. So, we're packed. We're packed. Where's Ryan? What happened to Ryan today?
This is one of the days where he's off early.
So he didn't want to be on the show? I mean, this is his brand. I mean, this one little segment, right? He sits in that booth for like hours and hours, probably thinking about stuff to say. So he gave his brain a break and just decided not to come in today.
I mean, look, he's on the payroll till 3. He can decide what he wants to do after that. If he wanted to stick around, I guess not.
Okay, well, he'll be back tomorrow.
By the way, this is a complete aside, but I thought that I would bring this up because I just saw on my my computer where I have my text messages linked into my computer. I just saw that my wife sent me a text message that my daughter is making them lunch all by herself.
Well, what's on the menu?
Pepperoni rolls, apparently.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
well, got to start them early.
Yep, got to start them early. I think that's just pepperoni rolled in white bread with a toothpick stuck in the middle and microwaved, if I'm not mistaken. But
that counts.
Yeah, the thing is, you got to eat it. So, you got to eat it, honey.
Yeah, Dad.
Sorry, you got to eat that. I've eaten a bunch of those, so you got to eat that.
You got to take one for the team.
You got to eat that. It's actually fine. It's just bread and pepperoni.
Listen, Ryan's going to be sorry he missed this crosstalk. We had a lot of WVU chatter in it. Talk about pepperoni rolls. I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, it did good service.
Let's see. Oh man, talking about the heat though. Talking about the heat. Got anybody in your neighborhood that's mowing at 7:30 in the morning? Because I do.
No, I'm usually at work by then. So
what isn't the international time that you can go ahead and mow 9 a.m. Shouldn't it be 9?
Yeah, I think that. Look, I've seen this conversation before, and I've heard people argue that 8 o'clock's fine, but you don't.
8 o'clock's not fine.
It's not, especially on a weekend.
Yeah,
I mean, you might be able to squeeze that in on during the week as being okay or whatever, but you can't do that on the weekend, man.
Heat dome, new world order, right? No rules. We're just trying to survive it here.
Yeah, it's very hot.
World Cup. Oh, this is pretty good. So the United States has got a game tonight against Bosnia, but I just wanted to take one quick minute to talk about the England game today.
Ooh, yeah.
So England played DR Congo at the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta, and it was absolutely packed. Absolutely packed. Tons of tension in this game. England fell behind early, and they didn't score to tie the game until the 74th minute. And then Harry Kane with a laser in like the 86th minute lifted England to the win. So we talked about this on the show with Chef Paul. Remember, on Monday with Chef Paul. He got a chance to go to the game. Mm-hmm. So he flew down to Atlanta yesterday, and he was in the Dome today, and he sent me a picture of himself at the in the stands.
Nice.
And to his credit, he followed through. He wore light blue for the Congo.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it would have seemed like a really good idea, but if the Congo had won that game, I don't know if that's what I wanted to be wearing on my way out of that stadium.
Yeah,
with like 60,000 crazy, angry English fans. But England won the game. England won the game. So the United States plays tonight at 8 o'clock. Did you see there's going to be a watch party downtown right on where they're having the regatta? With the big screens down there?
That makes sense. Yeah, sure.
I wonder how they're going to do with that. It's too bad it's going to be so hot.
Yeah.
But well, the sun will be going down, right, by the time they get that game started in Santa Clara at 8 o'clock. But no, so far so good. I mean, we really haven't had any incidents, knock on wood. All of the major brands in world soccer have advanced through the tournament, with the exception of Germany. But everybody else is moving right along. England made it, so we'll see what happens with the United States.
Who gets to play in that the Mexico Stadium with the pyramid in the background?
You mean Azteca?
Yeah, man. Who gets to play there?
Hey, you talk about a crazy scene. How about this? Sunday night at 8. That's going to be England at Mexico.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The Mexican team in that stadium's lost like 2 out of 500 games.
And that thing is impressive looking, man. It is nice.
I know. Okay, here's Jeff Jenkins has jumped in here. By the way, Jeff. Now, Jeff is one of those guys. You kept all your old MSN swag, didn't you? You didn't throw it away. You thought you'd be able to bring it out at some point. And
I still have some.
You kept it,
didn't
you?
I still have some.
You weren't one of those guys who threw it in anger into the fire. You kept all your old MSN stuff.
I still have some. Yeah, sure. I still have some.
And you probably weigh the same as you did.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Good. All right, Coop. Let's play let's play a little game of guess Jeff's weight.
I'm not doing that.
No, don't do that, Dave. No.
Your weight.
Nice sweater, 100 degrees.
It's cold in here. Right? It's cold in here after 3 hours. Your weight. You check in.
Oh, I'm not sure.
You weigh 172.5.
Okay.
Okay.
He'll take it.
Okay. But it is pretty exciting, right?
Oh,
to have the WVU games back?
Absolutely.
My goodness. Jeff, how many years were you on the network?
I was on the network producing in the booth at games for like 21 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Didn't miss a game for 21 years.
Yeah.
And before that, I was I shared this a little bit on Mid-Damage too. I mean, the first thing I did with the Mountaineer Sports Network was pull highlights during the broadcast for playback in the Woody O'Hara postgame when he did postgame on the network.
Nice.
So, yeah.
You know what? I remember hearing you as a listener one time. I think it was when West Virginia came from behind and beat Boston College on the road.
In 93?
In 93.
Was I screaming?
You were screaming and pounding on the glass.
No, it was Woody who was pounding on the glass.
I stand corrected.
Now, I was screaming probably. I got chastised for that too. But that was Woody who had a bowl ring on.
Oh, okay.
And he pounded on the glass because at Alumni Stadium at Boston College, the fans were literally, their backs were to your window. They could turn around and look at you in the booth at a college stadium.
Well, now we can check. We can check the files, Coop, because now we have access to all that footage, right? We can go back.
I don't know if we
can. How that
works. Anyway,
this stuff might be locked down like Carson.
We are newer. There are several of our stations are new affiliates.
Really?
Well, that's what they are. I mean, that's what the agreement
I suppose
is.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the agreement. They're affiliates.
That's right.
But as I said before, I think it's great that the original flagship station, WAJR in Morgantown, is once again the flagship station, along with WVAQ.
Jeff, you I don't know if you heard Coop and I discussing this, but you seem like the kind of person like me that never changed your presets on your car.
your
presets from the before
the presets
times.
in my car are on this company's radio.
I know. That's what I was going to explain to Dave is that it's a little different for us because we have like mine are all like within this building. Like all my presets are within this building.
Absolutely.
It's like that joke in what do they say in Russia? It's like you buy new radio, same station.
And I'm a radio listener.
Yeah,
very much so.
Yeah.
Question of the day.
Coop and I converse often.
Yeah, we do.
Let's get our question of the day out there, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. And if you haven't heard, or maybe you've been out of the loop and you've just tuned in for this exciting show today, here's our question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What's your reaction to today's news that WVU Sports are coming back home to the West Virginia Radio Corporation, beginning with football this fall? What's your reaction to today's news that WVU Sports are coming back home to the WVRC, beginning with football this fall? To respond, text those in, 304-TALK, 304-825-5304. Oh, you can get me on X, too. Did you know that, Coop? They can reach me on the social media, too. At Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. All right, what's going on in the news?
Well,
what's happening?
Got a lot of things are going on, Dave, and I want to direct folks to one of our stories at the website. Ty Lockery, the basketball player at Winfield High, and we've done a couple of stories on his cancer journey this past year, rang the bell today at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, cancer-free. Daniel Woods, great story. You can read that at the website. And
what
we have
a photo.
Great photo of the family there, right?
Yeah.
So I direct folks there.
Love it.
Also, we just updated a story about a fatal crash in Kanawha County early this morning, and it was determined that a driver was going the wrong way. U.S. Route 60 is 4 lanes in the Malden area, right near Malden. So the driver was traveling west in the eastbound lane, slammed into a coal truck that was going eastbound. And then also, just real quick, is that we've just heard from the new Kanawha County Emergency Ambulance Authority Director, Lance Wheeler, who was recently named right to that position.
Right.
And they said today that they fired the 2 women who were in the ambulance on that fatal dragging death a few months ago.
That's a big story.
It was his first day on the job, and that personnel move was made.
All right, I'm sure there'll be a story on that coming to the website very quickly. Thank you, Jeff.
See ya.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more in just a moment.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country.
On the next State of Minds.
We cook West Virginian food is how we like to phrase it.
I knew that every time I would hear a story, and I would hear the same story, but it never got old, about what this meant to the family and how it was served and how special it was to be put on the table.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Weathers. Heat advisories in the orange and warnings in the pink in effect through Friday. The exception is the mountains, where our heat risk will still be moderate to major on Thursday. All the purple is extreme heat risk continuing again Friday and many areas Saturday as well. So it's possible that we'll have to see that need for heat headlines continue on the 4th of July. Watch Charleston's heat index fall to 99 Monday. Still hot, but less extreme at that time. Friday, later in the day from the north, a marginal risk for severe weather. Then later in the day, Saturday, and again on Sunday, a marginal risk for some heavy rain that could bring some flooding concerns. So we will see a more active stretch with some shower and thunderstorm potential heading through 4th of July weekend. But for now, still very clear. Areas of fog setting up overnight into Thursday, followed by another rather dry day. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home. A lot of other spots you could be traveling to will keep the need to practice heat safety through 4th of July weekend. Triple-digit heat for Charlotte and D.C. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast. Part of the issue is temperatures maintaining in the mid-70s overnight. Moundsville, 75. We'll have a high here of 98 on Thursday, 96 Morgantown. Martinsburg, 74 for a low. We will have the mountains again a bit cooler. Davis, 67 for a low, 89 for a high. Meanwhile, pushing back to these hot spots, 104 Martinsburg, 103 for Petersburg. Some fog setting up here and there. Elkins, 70 tonight, 93 then on Thursday, with 99 for Ripley. We'll see Marlinton, 67, Charleston, 73. Areas of fog possible overnight. Then temperatures well into the 90s for our Thursday. So hot through the rest of the week. Some storms developing over the weekend, and by next week, highs in the 80s.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah,
this
if you
is,
can handle Randolph
this,
County.
I mean, you're moving. This basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, that's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. Oh, Jeff Erickson's coming up. Man, here we are, more than halfway through the Major League Baseball season. Today, July 1st, begins the second half of the year. Coop, it's time to start thinking about fantasy football. Can you believe that? So we're going to be dealing with fantasy football, and Jeff will stay with us in this time slot every week to get your fantasy questions in there. So if you got a question about baseball, fantasy football, send me a text on that real quick. 304-TALK 304, 304-8255-304. We'll get into that in just a couple of minutes. Sound of Sports coming up in a sec as well. Let's do a quick reset on our question of the day because we're starting to get a lot of response to it, and I kind of figured we would. So West Virginia Radio Corporation, Media, WVU, and Learfield have agreed to bring back Mountaineer games and more to several WVRC media stations. Question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What's your reaction to that news? What's your reaction to today's news that WVU Sports are coming back home to the WVRC, beginning with football this fall? Send me a text. You know the text line, 304-TALK 304, 304-8255-304. I'm on X. Yeah, still there. At Weekly, WEEKLEY. We got a ton of response to this. Jennings was the first one on X. He says, Dave, glad to know I'll be able to listen to the pregame and a postgame on I-79. There has been a gap in coverage from Sutton to Weston over the past 13 years. Looking forward to when coverage will be back on WVRC in the Kanawha Valley at some point. Jim Bob on X. Dave, this is where the games have always belonged. Jody on X. Very excited about this news. From the text line, 304-282. Dave, I would listen to the WVU games on an obscure station only to get in my car the next morning and wonder, what weird music am I listening to? Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that in regards to the World Cup yesterday, where you're watching a game and you go to bed and then you wake up the next day and it's like, what is on my television? It's sort of like the first couple of rounds of the NCAA tournament where you have to watch games on True TV. And by the way, in the media business, there is some serious value in getting you to watch, more value in the past than today, obviously, to get you to maybe watch the Tonight Show, go to bed, and then the very next morning when you turn your TV on, it's right there with the Today Show, WSAZ, or whatever the NBC affiliate is in your market. There is serious monetary value to that. Just saying. A couple more here. Let's see. 304-941. Dave, will the Mountaineer games be on V100? That's a Coop question. That's a Coop question. Not now, right? Maybe sometime in the future.
No information on Charleston stations yet.
Yeah.
So there's no announcement for any Charleston stations in any of this.
Let's go to our Dale Cooper bureau for more more details on that. 304-672. Hey Dave, it's about time that these games came back. Let's go Mountaineers. Love your show. Keep up the good work. Longtime listener. That's Brandon. What a nice note. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it.
Like it a lot.
Let's get into the Sound of Sports because we got a lot of stuff to do. We'll start with the World Cup. Huge day. England's already won over DR Congo 2-1. Harry Kane with 2 goals. Tonight, the United States meets Bosnia in the knockout stage for a slot in the round of 16 in Santa Clara. Team USA is favored to advance, but Chris Richards says they're not looking past this huge game tonight.
Take this opportunity with both hands and go into this game with our heads held high. And we understand that any team can be beaten on any given day. So we want to make sure that we go into the game tomorrow with the mentality that it's a final. No, we're not overlooking Bosnia by any means. We're going into this game. They deserve to be here as well. So we're going to treat them like that. And ultimately, we want to come out on top tomorrow.
Some of the games in this World Cup have already come down to tension-filled penalty kicks. Team USA Christian Pulisic says he's ready for PKs if needed.
Yeah, I mean, we practice them for sure. You know, once you get into penalties, you know, they say it can be anyone's game, but you want to just prepare as best you can. That's all you can do for the moment. There's no way to, you know, replicate exactly how it's going to be and with the pressure and everything. All you can do is be confident and, yeah, give it everything that you got. I mean, anything can happen for sure, but you just want to prepare.
All right, Belgium and Senegal have another round of 32 World Cup game coming up at the top of the hour. Baseball now. Dirty Birds were 9-6 losers at High Point last night. It's Game 2 of that Atlantic League Series tonight in North Carolina. From the big leagues last night in Philadelphia, the Pirates were shut down by Christopher Sanchez, losing 8-0. Sanchez bounced back from a pair of poor starts to allow the Bucks just 3 hits in 7 shutout innings.
2 outs. Here's Billy Cook. Spectacular. Cook lifts that one out to right field. It's right at Rincones. He settles under it now, takes a few steps back. It's a 9-pitch inning, 92 pitches overall for Sanchez. 7 scoreless, 16 scoreless this year against the Pirates.
After the game, here's Bucks manager Don Kelly on the Pirates' struggles this year with elite left-handers.
2 games in a row. He's a good pitcher, and I felt like we got out of our approach, trying to do too much. You know, Gonzo went the other way. I thought Valdez had good at-bats. You know, you have to get the ball up on him, and beginning of the game, I don't think we did a very good job of doing that.
How do you find a solution against not just Sanchez, but these lefties that are kind of tough? I know you tried the lineup today.
Yeah, we switched the lineup up. We got to keep going and find something, because we got to.
Buck starter last night, rookie Bubba Chandler pitched into the 7th inning, but is now 3-8 after taking the loss.
I mean, it's good. I hate the way it ended, but that's on me. Walk leadoff hitter, walks usually lead to runs. Didn't execute. Worth a dang the last 2 batters I faced, so whatever.
Whatever, indeed. This series continues with Game 3 tonight. It's a great pitching matchup with the Pirates' Paul Skeens. He hasn't won since early May, facing off against the Phils ace Zach Wheeler. In Milwaukee, the Reds' struggles against the Brewers continue as the Brew Crew bounced Cincinnati 7-2 last night. Jake Bauers led the Milwaukee attack 3 for 4 with a home run. He led off the 5th with a bomb to center off Rhett Lauer.
Jake Bauers leads off against Rhett Lauer, who's back out there on the mound for the Reds. First pitch is a drive to center. Friedel's back at the track wall. Bye-bye baseball.
He's 3 for 3 against Lauder, and he is seeing red tonight.
He sends one out of here, his 15th home run of the season, and it is 6-1 Milwaukee. He got a sinker at 93 about knee high, and he sent it right back out where it came from, 425 feet for Jake Bauers.
So
Brewers all over Rhett Lauder here tonight at American Family Field.
Sorry to interrupt there. Bauer, that was his 15th homer of the year. The Reds' Sal Stewart hit his 16th homer of the year in the 1st and also had an RBI double in the 6th inning. Here's the Reds manager, Terry Francona, on Lauder and last night's loss to the Brew Crew.
I mean, they hit a couple balls really hard, and they hit a lot of singles, and I'm not taking anything away from what they do. They put the ball in play. They hit the ball the other way. You've heard me say it a million times. You're going to get rewarded for that, and they run. But that was still tough for Red. I mean, that was just, I thought he actually threw the ball really well.
The Reds are now 13.5 games behind Milwaukee in the Central. They're 0-5 against the Brewers this year. They've lost 32 of their last 44 games against Milwaukee. Andrew Abbott pitches for Cincinnati in Game 3 of this 4-game set tonight, which is on ESPN, by the way. In Atlanta, the Braves' surprising current slide continued last night as the Cards topped Atlanta 5-3. Nathan Church, 3-run homer and a 4-run 4th for the Redbirds.
I'd like to see him hit one steeple high.
Again, he's been good against lefties.
Swing and a shot. That's hammered to right. That ball is gone. A 3-run homer. Oh, the Cardinals pouring it on in the the fourth. A 4-run inning, Church's 6th home run.
First at bat, hit a hard ground ball, but he took some really good swings his second plate appearance. That was a shot going towards that chop house.
So one lefty, one righty homer for the Cardinals in the 4th inning. They now have a 3-run lead. 9 homers allowed by Martin Perez, 2 of them in the 4th inning. Told you, I wouldn't mind it if he hit one steeple high.
So the Braves have lost 13 of their last 17, and they've seen their lead on the Phillies in the East sliced to just 2.5 games in the division. Let's take a break. Jeff Erickson from RotoWire joins us next. Stay tuned for that.
Hi, I'm Devon Mosby. As a staff consultant at Civil and Environmental Consultants, I've been fortunate to learn from the best mentors in the business. I grew up in West Virginia, and I chose CEC at Martinsburg because I wanted to make a meaningful impact on my Eastern Panhandle community. At CEC, I found opportunities to grow. We connect with clients and the community, showing CEC cares about people, not just profits. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Ready to make this boating season unforgettable? Head to Lou Wendell Marine Sales, family owned and operated for over 40 years and West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Lou and his sons are boating experts from sales to service to repairs. And right now, their lot is packed with incredible inventory and some of the best deals of the season. Whether it's weekends on the lake or sunset cruises with the family, Lou Wendell Marine Sales has your perfect boat waiting. Because they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com today.
Metro News Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! On the next State of Minds.
We cook West Virginian food is how we like to phrase it.
I knew that every time I would hear a story, and I would hear the same story, but it never got old, about what this meant to the family and how it was served and how special it was to be put on the table.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
All right, welcome back. Jeff Erickson, senior editor at RotoWire, joins me now in his regular slot to talk about fantasy sports and during the baseball season. Formerly, most of the time we focus on the grand old game. But Jeff, when will you be starting to shift towards football, or are you making the move already?
It's funny because the channel switches. Sirius XM switches over next Monday to that there. The way, although our time slot changes a little bit, so for a while I won't be on Sirius XM except as a guest on our own show.
Okay.
Because I got VEASAN overlapping one of the hours there. But I live streamed a draft last night, Dave.
Wow.
So, yeah. And there's people, and for some people that's like draft 10. It's crazy. The football season never stops.
Let me ask you this. I mean, I wasn't really prepared to talk about football, but Tyreek Hill, where did he go? How many wide receivers down the list was he before he was selected?
I don't think he went. I'm going to look at that grid right now. He had to have gone somewhere there.
Yeah.
He did not go.
Wow.
He's hovering like an angel. That'll be the biggest fab bid there.
All right. A couple of fantasy baseball questions. Coop and I were walking out of the building yesterday, and I was telling him a sad story about one of the leagues I'm in. And Coop, there's another chapter to that sad story. I added Matt McClain last night. Somebody had enough and tossed Matt McClain back into the free agent pool, and I grabbed him. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Jeff, help me out with this. When you pick up a player like that that's been so disappointing in the first half of the season, but you believe in their talent, I didn't have to suffer through his 199 part of the year, and now the Reds put him in the outfield last night. He's got a little bit more value if he gets outfield eligibility, or am I just kidding myself? And he's just the 2026 version of Nick Senzel.
Oh my gosh, that is such a sad comp, but it might be on point. Coop and I were talking together before the segment here during the break about how all the Reds young guys are regressing, but for Ellie and Stewart.
Yeah.
McClain's one of them. We didn't even mention him. I was thinking Noel Marte, CES, a number of other of these young guys, up and coming guys. But hey, McClain's right there. He had an awful year last year. We're like, okay, he was recovering from the injury. Well, he's having an awful year this year, too.
I just kind of feel like, if I only need him for maybe 2 weeks before I get somebody off the injured list, that he might catch a spark. You never know. I mean, he's hit before. He could hit again. Oh, I was listening to your show today, and I thought it was interesting because I had this dilemma as well about Freddie Peralta today. So I just chose not to run. I've got him. I just chose not to run him out there against the Blue Jays today on the road. I did not anticipate that in the beginning of the season when I drafted him relatively high. And I think a lot of people are in the same boat, that we went into the season thinking that he would be the number one starter, the ace for the Mets.
Mm-hmm. So the one league I have, Freddie Peralta, I didn't set out to get him. He was not a target of mine. I kind of had one of those moments where momentary brain freeze. I could have taken a Aroldis Chapman there and got my first closer. Could have taken a hitter there. I did none of these. I took, maybe I should get two aces. It's the main NFBC 15-team main event. Dave, poor decision there. Poor decision. On the road, Freddie Peralta, 5.40 ERA, a 1.42 whip.
See?
Just got out of a bases-loaded jam in the first inning. Did give up one run to Toronto, so you may have had a premonition that could not go wrong.
Hey, speaking of the Blue Jays, how you feeling about the second half for George Springer and for Vlad? Vlad's playing again today. He's It's July 1st. He's got 4 home runs.
He's now trailing Fernando Tatis Jr. after yesterday's outburst there.
Nice.
Yeah, I cannot explain at all what's happened to Vlad. I don't know why he's doing this. Why, the hard hit numbers are declining, but they're not like horrifically bad hard hit numbers, but they are in decline. Last year he had a similar start, but by now he had started to rally, and it just hasn't happened there. And I wonder if the Jays have been downplaying the severity of this back issue that kept him out yesterday, kept him out a couple other days. Hasn't been on the IL yet, but still possible that's something that is really limiting what he can do.
All right, enough of the negativity. Let's talk about some positive guys. Let's talk about Dansby Swanson, who's got 2 home runs today in the number 9 hole for the Cubs. He was literally left for dead 2 weeks ago, and now he's probably one of the hottest hitters in the game.
2 weeks, I saw 3 weeks ago he was available on the waiver wire in my 12-team leagues, and I chose not to bid on him in some leagues. I have him in some other leagues, and I held on to him in those, but I didn't want to add any more. I had enough exposure. 2 weeks ago, Dansby Swanson was sitting at 7 homers and 28 RBI. He's now at 15 and 53 respectively. He's had more home runs in the last 15 days than he had the first 2.5 months of the season. More RBI in this last 15 days than he had in the entire season before that. The problem is if you tried to time the market, you failed.
Conforto just went deep, so the wind must be blowing out at Wrigley. It's 10-2, and they're in the 5th inning, and the Cubs are still batting. Hey, before I let you go, from a fantasy perspective, what's your take on Esmerlin Valdez of the Pirates?
Strikes out a lot, has a lot of power. The question is, what can he take that next step in development? He had 4 days a row of homers, but then he ran into the buzzsaw that is Christopher Sanchez yesterday. Now he runs into Zach Wheeler tonight.
I got 2 words for you, Dave, that Jeff will appreciate. Aristides Aquino.
Oh, the Punisher.
I think he's better than that, though.
Yeah, his minor league numbers are much better. His minor league numbers are much better.
Let's pour one out for the Punisher. Hey, Jeff, thanks for coming on the show today. I do appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right. Oh, always good to have a baseball fantasy conversation with Jeff Erickson from RotoWire.
Jeff has such depth of knowledge. It's so great to talk to him.
He's the best. Let's take a break, and we'll wrap the hour in just a moment.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Children.
3 guys before the game.
What did you know about Rich Rodriguez when he's named the coach?
I didn't know nothing about it. I was like, oh, this is college ball right here.
Yeah, it's for real.
Yeah. Available on Metro News Television.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
At Daniels Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniels is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniels.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
All right, kind of touch and go to see if the Dow is going to finish in positive territory. We'll get it all figured out in the next 45 seconds. We'll take a break for the news at the top of the hour. When we come back, we'll take a look at the aforementioned stock market, reset our question of the day. Oh, top of the hour, 4 o'clock, pick one. We're going to make it happen. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Weathers. Heat advisories in the orange and warnings in the pink in effect through Friday. The exception is the mountains, where our heat risk will still be moderate to major on Thursday. All the purple is extreme heat risk continuing again Friday and many areas Saturday as well. So it's possible that we'll have to see that need for heat headlines continue on the 4th of July. Watch Charleston's heat index fall to 99 Monday. Still hot, but less extreme at that time. Friday, later in the day from the north, a marginal risk for severe weather. Then later in the day, Saturday, and again on Sunday, a marginal risk for some heavy rain that could bring some flooding concerns. So we will see a more active stretch with some shower and thunderstorm potential heading through 4th of July weekend. But for now, still very clear. Areas of fog setting up overnight into Thursday, followed by another rather dry day. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home. A lot of other spots you could be traveling to will keep the need to practice heat safety through 4th of July weekend. Triple-digit heat for Charlotte and D.C. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast. Part of the issue is temperatures maintaining in the mid-70s overnight. Moundsville, 75. We'll have a high here of 98 on Thursday, 96 Morgantown. Martinsburg, 74 for a low. We will have the mountains again a bit cooler. Davis, 67 for a low, 89 for a high. Meanwhile, pushing back to these hot spots, 104 Martinsburg, 103 for Petersburg. Some fog sitting up here and there. Elkins, 70 tonight, 93 then on Thursday, with 99 for Ripley. We'll see Marlinton, 67, Charleston, 73. Areas of fog possible overnight. Then temperatures well into the 90s for our Thursday. So hot through the rest of the week. Some storms developing over the weekend, and by next week, highs in the 80s.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour.
Navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more.
From a Mountain State point of view, Hotline is a no politics zone.
You can join the conversation.
Text the show at 304-825-5304.
304-TALK-304.
Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hour number 2, how do you do? Metro News Hotline. Keeping you company in the afternoon here in West Virginia right up until 6 o'clock. Wherever you're listening to the show today, inside the state of West Virginia or beyond the borders, just trying to get a read on what's going on back home. We hope you're having a good day in the heat dome. Oh, man. 92 degrees here in Charleston as we operate out of our flagship 580 WCHS. We got a good hour for you. 4 o'clock straight up. Going to do a little pick one. I don't know if we've ever done pick one in this segment. We're gonna try to fix that. Oh, Coop, did you see our last guest? Jeff Erickson just posted something on X about our segment. He says, I was a little bummed out about the Reds and a few other things today, but when Weekly came at me with a reference to the Punisher, I instantly cheered up.
Nice.
The Punisher. We used to talk about the Punisher quite a bit.
Yeah,
we used to talk about him quite a bit.
He was a fun guy to watch for like a dozen games.
Yeah.
Man. That's something else.
That's all right. We'll always have those. We'll have those hits.
I remember they tried to bring him up the next season saying, oh, maybe he has some seasoning now and he's a major league player. Is he even in? I don't even think he's in professional sports anymore.
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
We'll play pick one. We've got the entertainment report at 4:25. Oh, Larry Groce, an emergency visit today. That'll be coming up at 4:33. 5 o'clock hour, we're going to dive deep into this breaking news today that West Virginia Radio Corporation, Learfield, and WVU, they've made up. And WVU Sports, football probably first up, coming to a radio near you this fall. So we'll talk about the implications of the deal, how it all went down. The general manager and the president of the company, George Pelletier, will be here at 5. and Tony Caridi's going to drop by at 5:33, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's get into what happened today in the financial markets. Let's start with that, as we always do, at the top of the 5. Man, a little bit of red across the board, but nothing too serious. The Dow was down, but only 14 points today, closing at 52,305. It was touch and go right up until the final close to see if it was going to be a positive finish. S&P 500 was down 0.25% today, lost 16 points, 74.83 at the close. NASDAQ was down almost 0.7%, lost 173 points today. NASDAQ closing at 26,040 at 4 o'clock Eastern. Among stocks of local interest to West Virginia, there were big percentage gainers or losers. Caterpillar took a hit today, but it's been rising lately. Cat, maybe a little overbought, was down 6.7% today, lost just under $72 a share, $993.12 at the end of today's session. Also, DuPont was up almost 2%, gained $2.49, $138.13 at the close today. FMC down 5.6%, lost 65 cents, $10.86 at the end of today's session. In the energy space today, oil down 2%, lost $1.40. WTI on the NYMEX closed at $68.10, and at the moment, nat gas is down 2.2%, down 7 cents, going for $3.20 per unit at the moment. It's still trading. Bitcoin today, up 2%. Bounced off the low. It's up 2.1%, has gained a little more than 1,200 points today. A coin going for $59,882 at the moment. Here's our question of the day, and it has to do with the news that's been breaking along the network all day long. West Virginia Radio Corporation, WVU, and Learfield have agreed to bring back the Mountaineer games and more to several WVRC media stations beginning this fall. So here's the question of the day. What's your reaction to this news? What's your reaction to today's news that WVU sports are coming back home to the West Virginia Radio Corporation beginning with football this fall? And a lot of you have weighed in on this. The text line for your responses, 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304. I'm on X, still there, at Weekly, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y, one word, 3 E's, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y. All right, we'll get into more of your responses in a bit. But you know what? It's time for an extremely rare 4 o'clock, top of the hour edition of Pick One.
Yeah, this is odd.
Feels good, right?
Yeah, I like
Feels
it.
good. The rules are kind of explained in the title. In Pick One for each topic, 2 choices are given. You must select one of them, hence you must pick one. Coop and I have 5 sets of Pick One topics. We have not seen each other's Pick One selections. There are no correct answers. There are simply opinions. Honest responses, well, they're likely to result in hurt feelings that could jeopardize our friendship and working relationship. We're willing to risk all that for the sake of higher ratings. Let's get started. Coop, here comes Pick One topic number 1.
Hit me.
Lego has just announced a 5-piece Olivia Rodrigo collection, making her the first music artist to receive multiple dedicated Lego sets.
Wow.
Inspired by her music, tour visuals, and signature purple aesthetic, the collection launches globally August 1st at lego.com. Sets include the Flower Banquet, vinyl, concert moon, featuring hidden fan references throughout. So, pick one topic number 1. If they made one, more interesting classic rock Lego set, Ozzy or Bowie? Please pick one.
For me, this is hard to even try to make it sound like I'm being objective here, because I am a giant David Bowie fan, and I like Ozzy and Black Sabbath, but nowhere near to the level that I'm a Bowie fan. And think of all the props that you're going to have that come with Bowie, man. The different eras of his career and stuff like that. You could have stuff for the Thin White Duke. You could have stuff for the Tin Men era. You could have stuff for Ziggy Stardust. I mean, Labyrinth. I mean, come on, yeah, it's got to be Bowie.
But the Ozzy stuff would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Fun. You could have a bat with his head that comes off.
All right, pick one topic number 2. A long-lost demo of a James Bond theme attempted by Coldplay frontman Chris Martin is up for auction. The 27-year-old cassette recording features Martin performing The World Is Not Enough, written for the 1999 Pierce Brosnan film, but he never submitted it. He admitted 5 years ago that Coldplay made multiple Bond theme attempts. He said we've been trying to write them for 20 years, but we never submitted them. All right, pick one topic number 2. Better Bond theme. Better Bond theme. Adele's Skyfall or Shirley Bassey's Goldfinger?
Man, I'll be honest, those are two of my favorites. I like both of those a lot. I think I'm being honest when I say this, that I just love Shirley Bassey's as probably the premier James Bond theme. It might not be the most popular anymore, but I kind of like that era of music anyway. I like the jazz singers from that era. I like the female singers from that era. I like Shirley Bassey, and it's just such a cool song that fits the vibe of that movie perfectly. I do like Adele's Bond song. I think it's very, very good, but I got to go to Shirley Bassey.
Man,
here.
she had so much attitude. So much attitude in that song.
Man,
it's
I
so
just
good.
love it. I love it. It's hers is in my permanent play, like in my library, so it comes up every once in a while on my playlist. I don't think I have Adele's in my library, so that's another way to go look at it.
Pick one topic number 3. A new survey reveals that 1 in 5 Americans judge others based solely on their name. Okay? 18% made assumptions about someone before any interaction even occurred. Gen Z is the most likely to judge people on their names, followed by millennials. The most negative connotation by far is for the name Karen, and followed by Chad. All right? So, more negative reaction to the name, Karen or Chad. Please pick one.
Oh, man, that's a little difficult for me and it has to be for you a little bit, too. At our ages, how many Karens and Chads do you know?
We know some. Yeah.
I know quite a few, you know. Chad is one of those names that when I was in the rolling whips business of renting cars and stuff, and we dealt a lot with auto service areas, there was always a Chad in every like a guy named Chad in every service department, every single Randy and Chad. It's like if you just called and asked to talk to one of those guys, they work there, I promise. Gosh, man, I guess it's because the Karen thing is hard to overwrite now, right? I mean, like, I don't have any personal animosity to any Karen, like someone named Karen that I know, but that has become so ubiquitous.
Yeah.
It's so ubiquitous for the meme that it's become. I think it's got to be Karen there.
I think you're right about that. And that's kind of unfortunate.
It is. It actually is, yeah.
Baseball. The Rays' third baseman, Junior Caminero, is the first person to confirm his participation in the 8-player home run derby. He homered last night. He's homered in 5 straight games. Man. All right. The All-Star game is July 13th in Philadelphia. He's so hot. He's at 8 home runs in his last 7 games, 5 games in a row. If you remember, Caminero lost last year in the finals of the home run derby to Big Dumper.
Different format this year, too.
That's right. Pick one topic, number 4. Which one do you prefer? Home run derby or the All-Star game? Home run derby or the baseball All-Star game? Please pick one.
It's so when the game is right, it's still very good. Like when you play the All-Star game right and it's competitive and it's fun, those games are really good. The problem is you miss. I mean, you probably only hit 1 out of every 5 games. I mean, so many of them are dogs where there's no scoring and managers burn through their guys too early, and I don't know, sometimes that doesn't work out. The thing I like about the home run derby contest, and I credit Craig Gifford Jr. to this to a large degree, is it's still relatively informal, and the guys can have fun and smile and cut up a little bit while they're doing it. And I kind of like seeing the guys. I like seeing them up close where you get to, like, and they have some, like, personal moments on camera. You don't get a lot of that in baseball sometimes. So although when it's right, I really still love the game. I think year in and year out, probably the home run derby contest is a little bit more entertaining.
That's a tough question.
It is.
That's a tough question. Finally, pick one topic, number 5. The Television Academy just named its 7 inductees into the Hall of Fame class of 2026. Ted Danson, Gene Smart, the South Park creators, Ted Sarandos, the co-CEO of Netflix, a documentary filmmaker, the lead Ed Bradley from CBS, also going in. 2-hour car ride. 2-hour car ride, Coop. Ted Danson or the dudes from South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Oh, they're insufferable. I talk to Ted Danson all day. He's a sports fan. He seems like a pretty chill guy. I bet Ted Danson and I could have a good conversation just about anything.
All right, what if I'd said 2-hour car ride, Ted Danson or Ted Sarandos from Netflix?
I'd still be Ted Danson. I like Ted Danson, like as an actor, and from what I know about him personally, it'd be somebody. It'd have to be somebody pretty cool for me to not have the opportunity to spin around with Ted Danson a little bit. I like that guy.
All right, what do you got for me?
All right, there's been recent discussions here in the Kanawha Valley about what great choices and a great time that Charleston's going to have on July 4th. We have 2 great concerts that's going to be here in town, and we have the great privilege to be able to choose which or both that we want to go to. And then the fireworks at the end of the thing. So what I wanted to know in thinking about that is pick one classic destination concert or one location concert that you would go to if you had a choice. So you could choose between Simon & Garfunkel at Central Park or Roger Waters live at the Berlin Wall.
Oh, well. Okay. I think it's got to be live at the Berlin Wall because the concert for Central Park was a free concert.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
I mean, you'd never get out of there. You would never get out of there.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
You never get out. I mean, you think, oh, I'm up front, but man.
You okay with getting out of Germany in 1990? I mean, the wall's down, so I guess.
Okay, but that was I just think historically and musically, I'm more engaged with
That's what I suspected. Yeah, that's what I suspected.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
But
I had a whole list of them, and I tried to find ones that would be a hard. Like I couldn't go with like the Grateful Dead and where did they go in '78? Like
they went to Egypt.
Yeah. I couldn't do Grateful Dead.
Now, if you had said that, I would have gone to Egypt.
Obviously, so I couldn't choose that one. I had to go with something that would be a little bit more of a choice.
Okay.
All right. So question number 2. I've been doing a little research. You had that great question yesterday about what we're going to do with this hot weather with food. You don't want to turn on your oven. You don't want to cook a whole lot. So I was looking through celebrity sandwiches, not eating celebrities, but rather creations by celebrities. So I found a couple of them. Channing Tatum has a sandwich that he calls it his favorite sandwich and the best sandwich ever. It's crumbled Cheetos mixed into a PB&J on white bread. Or Jennifer Lawrence has invented the chili pizza sandwich, which is a slice of pizza with southern chili and noodles, and then another slice of pizza on top and eaten like a sandwich.
Oh, that's what I'm getting right there.
Between the Jennifer Lawrence's sandwich.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. She's from Louisville, right?
Yeah, right.
Man, Cheetos in PB&J? No.
PB&J.
No,
All right,
man.
all right.
No.
All right, so Jennifer Lawrence over Channing Tatum.
All day.
Seems
all day.
That seems right. Okay, let's see. Question number 3. With West Virginia football and sports returning to the airwaves on many of the former original MSN stations along the WVRC media, pick a more iconic West Virginia radio call for the entire game. The game, 1984, the We Got Flutie game, where West Virginia beat Boston College and eventual Heisman Trophy winner Doug Flutie, or the 1988 Major Harris Penn State game, where West Virginia rolled Penn State with that great Major Harris game.
Well, I'm going to pick the Flutie game because I remember that day because I called a Salem game that day and was racing from the Salem game. That was a late start, late afternoon game. I didn't get to that game until halftime in person. I was at Channel 5 then. So I heard that original, the first half anyway, of that Flutie game. So I'm going to pick that one.
All right.
The 84 Flutie game.
There we go, 84 Flutie. We got Flutie.
Yep.
We got Flutie. Okay, question number 4. You're on a spending spree at an estate sale, and suddenly Linda tells you, okay, that's it, one more thing. Unfortunately for you, there are 2 massive collections that you were considering. Collection number 1 is 15,000 pristine cassette tapes with 20,000 hours of cataloged radio recorded over the air off various stations across the country spanning from 1980 to 2020. Until 2000, so over a 20-year period. Or 5,000 VHS tapes with 20,000 of cataloged television, primarily from major networks recorded between 1980 and 2000. Pick one.
Whoa. It's pretty interesting. Well, I think I probably have to take the VHS.
VHS TV.
Because there's you've got audio and video, right?
Right. True.
Okay, so that's 2 of the senses there. Also, a lot of those radio tapes are probably going to be playing a lot of the same songs.
You never know,
right? You never know.
All
That's
formats,
right.
so there'll be music and sports. There'll be all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's
in there.
true. But they're cassettes.
True.
They're
They're
both
cassettes.
Yeah.
VHS is a little bit more acceptable than audio maybe these days.
I got to take. I'm going to go with the VHS tape.
All right. Briefly, last question.
Okay.
Pick the best around 2-minute song. So Will it be from 1976, the Ramones and Blitzkrieg Bop, or from 1977, Queen, We Will Rock You?
We Will Rock You is under 2 minutes?
Around 2 minutes. I think Blitzkrieg Pop is 2:05. We Will Rock You is 2:12.
Oh. I love the Ramones. I don't know, though. That Queen song's pretty great. I think
iconic.
You know, the Hello There by Cheap Trick checks into like 158.
Yeah. I had a bunch of them.
No, it's got to be Queen.
There we go.
I don't feel right about that, picking against the Ramones.
I try to make that one hard.
You did good. You did well. All right, that's it for a rare top of the 4 o'clock edition of Pick One. We'll take a break. The entertainment report is next.
Don't forget about our podcast. Check out your favorite podcast provider or simply go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the podcast link. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkin.
See, that's one of those things. I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
On the next State of Minds.
We cook West Virginian food is how we like to phrase it.
I knew that every time I would hear a story, and I would hear the same story, but it never got old, about what this meant to the family and how it was served and how special it was to be put on the table.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are
Instagram the other day, I got followed by this girl I went to school with. Wasn't even friends with her in school. She followed me. I was like, I wonder what she's been up to all these years. Followed her back. Went through every single one of her photographs. 10 years of her life. An hour of mine. Turns out she's engaged to a man called Trevor. I was like, I wonder what Trevor's all about. Clicked on Trevor's profile. I did a deep dive on Trev. Don't do it, he's boring. But Trevor's got a dog. He's made a little profile for the dog. So I clicked on the dog's profile. Suddenly it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm at Trevor's third cousin's wedding in Mexico. And Trevor's not even there.
So true. So who amongst us has not done that? All right, almost halfway home in this edition of the show. Tonight on the broadcast nets, ABC, man, if you like that show Shifting Gears, this is your night. 4 back-to-back episodes beginning at 9 o'clock. Now, CBS has got a movie tonight at 8 o'clock, Top Gun Maverick. If you're too cheap to buy it, it's on free TV tonight on CBS. And, of course, Fox has got the big World Cup game tonight, the United States and Bosnia. The winner of that game, the United States is favored, by the way, is moving on to the round of 16 at the World Cup. Larry Groce is making a special visit. That's coming next. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Weathers. Heat advisories in the orange and warnings in the pink in effect through Friday. The exception is the mountains, where our heat risk will still be moderate to major on Thursday. All the purple is extreme heat risk, continuing again Friday and many areas Saturday as well. So it's possible that we'll have to see that need for heat headlines continue on the 4th of July. Watch Charleston's heat index fall to 99 Monday. Still hot, but less extreme at that time. Friday, later in the day from the north, a marginal risk for severe weather. Then later in the day, Saturday, and again on Sunday, a marginal risk for some heavy rain that could bring some flooding concerns. So we will see a more active stretch with some shower and thunderstorm potential heading through 4th of July weekend. But for now, still very clear. Areas of fog setting up overnight into Thursday, followed by another rather dry day. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home. A lot of other spots you could be traveling to will keep the need to practice heat safety through 4th of July weekend. Triple-digit heat for Charlotte and D.C. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast. Part of the issue is temperatures maintaining in the mid-70s overnight. Moundsville, 75. We'll have a high here of 98 on Thursday, 96 Morgantown. Martinsburg, 74 for a low. We will have the mountains again a bit cooler. Davis, 67 for a low, 89 for a high. Meanwhile, pushing back to these hot spots, 104 Martinsburg, 103 for Petersburg. Some fog setting up here and there. Elkins, 70 tonight, 93 then on Thursday, with 99 for Ripley. We'll see Marlinton, 67, Charleston, 73. Areas of fog possible overnight. Then temperatures well into the 90s for our Thursday. So hot through the rest of the week, some storms developing over the weekend, and by next week, highs in the 80s.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah, if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, it's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. Oh, look who's here. Larry Groce is here, longtime host of Mountain Stage. But you know what? We're not talking about Mountain Stage today.
Not talking about Mountain Stage. You got another project, and pretty excited about it.
We're not talking about fishing yet.
Not yet.
Yet.
By the way, Rusty cleaned me. He cleaned my clock the other day. He caught all the big ones, didn't leave a thing. He was in the front of the boat. I didn't have a chance.
Come on, Larry. Seriously, his ego's big enough, son.
Yeah, no joke. But he did. He deserves it. He caught two big smallmouth. I caught nothing you want to take a picture of.
Oh, that's funny. You know what? You're from Texas, so you can handle the heat, right?
I could. Oh,
but it is hot, dude.
That's why I left 54 years ago. That's why I left.
But it is hot. It's too hot to fish. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely. You don't want to go. Even the fish are saying, "What the hell's going on?"
Coop, get a load of Larry's hat. He's got a hat for the show that we're talking about.
I know, I like that.
That's big. I mean, we've been on the air 13 years. We don't have a hat.
You got to get with it. Talk to Todd Burge. He's good about the merch stuff.
Is he good?
He set this stuff up.
Hey, I want to talk to you about your latest adventure here. But before we do that, let me do a quick reset on our question of the day. So we've been talking about it all day long on the network. West Virginia Radio Corporation, WVU, and Learfield have agreed to bring back Mountaineer games and more to several WVRC media stations. So the hotline question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. What's your reaction to this? What's your reaction to today's news that WVU Sports are coming back home to WVRC, beginning with football this fall? What's your reaction to the news that WVU Sports, Mountaineer Sports, are coming back home to West Virginia Radio Corporation, beginning with football this fall? Text those in, 304-TALK 304, 304-8255-304. I'm on X, that's right, at Weekly, WEEKLEY. The CEO and president of West Virginia Radio Corporation, George Pelletier, is going to be here in about a half an hour. Tony Caridi is going to be here in about an hour, so we're going to get plenty of talk about it in the 5 o'clock hour. Let me get a couple of quick responses to this. 304-685. Dave, this is wonderful news. 304-692. Hey, Dave and Coop, this is Carolyn from Morgantown. Sorry I haven't been in touch lately. iPad's been acting up. It won't send the messages that I wanted it to. Hey, Carolyn, you just tune in. It's all good. Hopefully this one comes through fine. Regarding the announcement about this, and everyone who said anything to me about it, several friends, family seemed to have the same response, and in all caps, it's about time. This is wonderful news. Have a great week. Hashtag 180 Club. Go WVU. Carolyn, thank you for sending that in. 304-483. Dave, I'm very happy that WVU Sports is back on Metro News. Does that mean that game day will be coming back? I don't know the answer to that, Coop. I'm assuming not.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not ready.
But you know what they say about assuming anything.
Yeah, we don't have many answers to those things yet.
Okay.
Just stay tuned. We'll figure those things out.
There you go. We'll get it figured out. The manual of the plan, George is going to be here at the top of the hour, so we'll get it figured out. All right, Larry, what do you got going on in Marietta? One Vote, the musical.
That's it.
So what's it about?
Well,
how'd this start?
It's the story of the history of Marietta, Ohio, which most of us know. If you know anything at all about history of this area, it was the first city on the other side, that is the north and west side of the Ohio River. We know that.
Right.
But, that's cool. That's interesting. But there's a whole lot more to the story than that. And why the people settled here and what they did, the effect they had, not only on this area, but also on the United States government and how we formed this government, was really profound. David McCullough, the great historian, this last book was called The Pioneers, and it was about this story, the story of Marietta and how it was settled and why it was settled the way it was. And he wrote it because he didn't know himself until he went out to give a talk out at Ohio University. He said, well, I better see what the history is around this place. And when he started reading it, he said, are you kidding me? And then he moved to Marietta for a couple of years and lived there because that's where the archives are, Marietta College, of all this stuff. So here's, in short, a short story is that the people who moved here had, like everybody else, they wanted a better life. You know, they wanted to settle it. They wanted to do it their own way, how they did it, orderly. And there was some capitalism involved, et cetera. But also they were adamant that there would be no slavery in this area. And that this area, I mean, southwestern Ohio, basically, not across the river. Virginia was another story. But up in Ohio, they didn't want slavery there. And they fought for that, and they kept it out of there. If it hadn't have been for these settlers of Marietta that were the pioneers there, Ohio might have entered the Union as a slave state. So you think of that one.
That's pretty interesting.
How that would change American history.
And now, also, if you're living in Charleston, it's only 70 minutes up to Marietta.
It's a cool town. I hope that hope if you're listening here in Charleston, I know people are listening all over the state, but if you're listening up in Parkersburg, you know it's right there. You know where it is. But even from down here, it's a short hump, and we're going to do this show in the auditorium, the theater of Marietta College, which is a cool little theater, holds about 180, no bad seats. It's a big stage, but a small audience. And, you know, we have a set there. We got the whole thing. It's going to be the 17th, 18th, and 19th, and then the next week, the 24, 25, 26.
So you're working with Todd Burge on this project.
Correct.
So did you do the music and he put together the story, or did you write the story and he did the music? How does that work?
We started out, both of us just got an idea to write some songs about it. We got the idea and didn't know what would. This was 6 years ago, Dave. We started writing some songs about. We read McCullough's book, got inspired. Oh, look at this happen, that happened. We'll write a song about that. Oh, we did 2 or 3 of them, and then we thought, what's going to come of this? Well, the way it worked out, we ended up writing a lot of songs, and then I had the assignment of making it into a play. And I'm not a playwright, so that took a long, long time with a lot of help from a lot of people before it became a theatrical play, which it is now. So that's how it worked. Todd and I wrote the songs, and I wrote the story, the script.
You know, on the David McCullough angle to this, I had no idea that he lived in Marietta for a while.
That's where he did to write the book. He went there. You know, he would go back and forth, of course, too. I think he lived in Boston or somewhere, but he was out here a lot because that's where the archives are. So he went down there, and we worked with some of the same people he did in the beginning of this. They gave us access to some of these letters and material from, we're looking at this stuff from 1786. And
right.
I'm afraid to touch this stuff. I'm going to do something that'll ruin it.
I remember when David McCullough, the Mountain Stage, where you were the host for decades, that show primarily has operated out of the Culture Center. I remember when David McCullough came to speak there, and I remember going to that and thinking, I don't know, this is pretty highbrow. Nobody's going to be at this thing. It was absolutely packed.
Well, his books, he wrote the biography of John Adams that, what's his name, made into Tom Hanks,
right.
Made into a series. He wrote 1776, the book. He was all about American history, and if you don't know who he is, and you ever saw Ken Burns' Civil War, that was his voice, was the narrator of the Civil War. But anyway, we got this together, and a lot of interesting things happened. First of all, the museum there, the historical museum in Marietta called Campus Martius Museum, is part of the Northwest Territory Museum Association. They are our home. They're the people that are executively producing this show. And so we appreciate that. The woman that runs that museum, Erin Augenstein, it works with us. Todd and I and her are the ones that are producing it together. And this wasn't planned, but the way it worked out, we went through a lot of machinations, but at long last, the director of this is the head of theater and dance at Marshall University.
And I saw that in the notes. That's interesting.
Yeah, Jack Coldclaw. He's an old friend of mine. We had another director we were working with. It didn't work out. There we were. Time is getting short, so I called Jack and said, "Hey, do you know anybody that might do this?" 'Cause I thought one of his students or something might, And he said, "I'll do it." And I thought, "Oh my God, we hit the jackpot." I don't know why he said that, but I'm glad he did. I think now he's wondering why he said yes. Anyway, but some of his people, his choreographer, great, 2 of them, but the one I just met the other day, great guy, super guy, and his set director made a cool set for us. And it's already been delivered down there to Marietta. And we're using some of his actors. Of course, we're using people from Ohio, too, a bunch of people. The musicians are all from Athens, Ohio, which is a big music center, especially of the kind of music we're doing, kind of folk Americana music. Great band we have, live band for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. And some of the actors, they went to Marshall, but now they're in Chicago or whatever. So a couple of the lead guys now live in Chicago, and the lead woman, who not Marietta, but she's from Athens originally. She lives in Chicago too and works there in theater. Some really high class talent, I'll also have to say.
So we're talking about One Vote, the musical. It will be premiering and running in Marietta beginning on July the 17th. How many original songs?
20.
Oh, my goodness,
Now,
Larry.
don't be intimidated, because a lot of these songs are 2 to 3 minute songs. It isn't like a musical where you get these songs that are 12 minutes long. We have a couple that are fairly long, but most of them, you know us, we write songs like songs.
Right.
Not musical songs, but and they're sweet and they're funny too. A lot of humor in it. You know, we got a song about corn, whiskey, and hard cider. I mean, the important things.
Right. Now, is this show for basically everybody, or is it for
No.
adults? Will
No,
kids enjoy it?
It's for everybody, and it's also whether you like it or not. It's educational. That's not the reason we did it totally. The reason we did it was because we thought this story was so compelling that we thought, are you kidding? These people did this, and because they held the line about slavery, when Ohio became a state at the Constitutional Convention, there were people who, they liked everything else. The freedom of speech, great. Freedom of religion, great. But wait a minute, do we want to have no slavery? There was a debate about that, and the whole thing, the way it ended up, was one vote kept it from being going towards slavery.
Well, it sounds like a really interesting project. As we wrap this up, I got to ask you, I mean, you said you started working on this project 6 years ago. You know, did you ever run any of these ideas or have any conversations with the late Danny Boyd about this project?
I did. Yeah, Danny read the script at one point and talked to me about it way back when, because, you know, he and I had worked together so much. And he was a much better scriptwriter than me. At that point, the script was very different. I wish he was still here, because I'd like for him to see the last version, because it came a long, long way. And Danny helped, but I think he knew probably when he read it, this is really not finished yet.
Well, I hope that this really works out, and something tells me it will. So it's running. It's going to premiere on July 17th, and then run through how many days?
It's 6 days. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Friday is 17, 18, 19, and the Saturday and Friday are all 7 p.m., and Sunday is 2:30, matinee. So then it's the next week, 24, 25, 26. You can go to One Vote Musical and you can buy tickets there. You can find more information. You look at all the cast. They're all listed there. And I hope it gets you fired up and wanting to go see it. It's a fun place to visit anyway. Marietta is a sweet place. And as you said, it's 70 minutes from here. Take a trip, have a dinner, you know, and see the show. And it's not going to be long either. This show will not last 4 hours. I mean, we're aiming for 2 hours for this show.
And if you're living in Parkersburg, man, just pop across the river.
Absolutely.
Not a problem. Larry, very interesting project. Thanks for dropping by.
Thank you guys for giving me a moment to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a cool hat, man. Larry Groce. One Vote, the musical in Marietta, that is going to be premiering on July 17th. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll open up the On This Date file in just a minute.
Hi, I'm Donna Spencer, a highway engineering technician at Civil and Environmental Consultants in Bridgeport, West Virginia. At CEC, we are employee-owned, and I truly own my role. I am close to home, working on local projects that matter, and it feels good knowing my hard work directly benefits my community. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
This boating season, elevate your family time with Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Proudly family owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Trusted experts in premium boats, motors, and service. Discover refined comfort, elegant design, and performance you can feel. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of preseason savings. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com because the weekend's almost here.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
At Daniels Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniels is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniels.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
All right, welcome back to the show. 9 minutes till the hour. Great to see Larry Groce. Great to see Larry Groce. Don't forget, One Vote the Musical coming to Marietta. That's going to be July 17th. And on this July 1st, let's go ahead and open up the On This Date file. We'll start with the birthdays, and the sports birthdays always come first. How about this? Coop, Sam Ratigliano, former coach of the Browns, former coach at Liberty, 93 years old today. 93. Good dude. Mike Haynes, Pro Football Hall of Fame cornerback from the Raiders. Played for the Pats, too. 73 years old today. Pat Donovan, one of the best offensive linemen for the Cowboys, was on their Super Bowl 12 team. 73 years old today. Nancy Lieberman, great women's basketball player and coach and broadcaster. 68 years old today. Michael Waka of the Royals is 35 years old today. When he was pitching for the Cardinals, he was the MVP of the NLCS in 2013. Carl Lewis is 65 years old today. 9 gold medals in 1984, 88, 92, 96. One of the greatest Olympians of all time. Here he is winning the 100 meters in the 1984 games in L.A.
Ron Brown on the inside, Grady in the middle. Here comes Lewis on the outside. Carl Lewis wins the gold.
He won it by quite a bit, but he really had the pressure put on him in the center of the track, and by Ron Brown in lane 1, they were out quick. Carl managed to keep his cool, and I think he won it by a great margin, maybe even more than anyone expected. You see the time there, he broke 10 seconds flat, which is definitely in the top 10 of all-time performances.
There you go. Carl Lewis, a great sprinter, great long jumper. Happy birthday, 65 today. From entertainment, Pam Anderson, 59 years old today. Jamie Farr Klinger from MASH, 92. Liv Tyler is 49 years old today. Missy Elliott is 49. Dan Aykroyd's having a birthday. There's something in the water today. 74 years old today. Debbie Harry Blondie, 81 years old today. Debbie Harry, happy birthday, 81 years old today. Birthday anniversaries. How about the gunner, Bob Prince, the longtime radio voice of the Pirates, born on this date in 1916. He died in 1985. Events on this date include the release in 1991 of Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
New mission. Once, he was programmed to destroy the future.
You don't know what it's like to try to kill one of these things.
Now, his mission...
Get down.
...is to protect it.
Come with me if you want to live.
If you want to live. Terminator 2 Judgment Day on this date in 1991. And we've been talking about radio, and this is a big anniversary in radio because it was on this date in 1987 that WFAN in New York signed on the air, the first ever all-sports 24-hour station.
I'm Jim Lampley, and welcome once again to WFAN 1050 AM radio. The premise of this station is that what the world and the metropolitan area need now is a 24-hour-a-day sports information and sports-related entertainment radio programming format. 1050 on the dial, a place where you can now turn at any time of the day or night and receive within 15 minutes an accurate and complete update from the world of sports. It isn't often in a 75-year-old business that you have an opportunity to say that something is new. But this is new. In addition to the updates, hosts such as myself will fill out each hour with editorial comment, interviews, open phone line conversation, and reflections on important sports topics of the day.
And our musical birthday to the break today, Fred Schneider of the B-52s is 75. The 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports are coming up next.
Ocean in the ocean. Is there hope broke?
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
It's been a real...
The conversation starts long before the game.
You're young still. What did you know about Rich Rodriguez when he's named the coach?
I didn't know nothing about it. Hearing some stories, I heard some stuff. Very intense, very hard. It was good. And I thought, coming in, I kind of saw that off the bat, and I was like, oh, this is college ball right here.
Yeah, it's for real.
Yeah.
3 guys before the game. Available on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world!
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniels Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
3 guys before the game.
What did you know about Rich Rodriguez when he's named the coach?
I didn't know nothing about it. I was like, oh, this is college ball right here.
Yeah, it's for real.
Yeah.
Available on Metro News Television.
Sports headlines at 5 o'clock. World Cup soccer tonight. The United States looking to get into the round of 16 with a win over Bosnia in California. Today, Major League Baseball, the Orioles were winners over the White Sox 6-1, and the Nats beat the Red Sox down at the Fens 10-2. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Weathers. Heat advisories in the orange and warnings in the pink in effect through Friday. The exception is the mountains, where our heat risk will still be moderate to major on Thursday. All the purple is extreme heat risk continuing again Friday and many areas Saturday as well. So it's possible that we'll have to see that need for heat headlines continue on the 4th of July. Watch Charleston's heat index fall to 99 Monday. Still hot, but less extreme at that time. Friday, later in the day from the north, a marginal risk for severe weather. Then later in the day, Saturday, and again on Sunday, a marginal risk for some heavy rain that could bring some flooding concerns. So we will see a more active stretch with some shower and thunderstorm potential heading through 4th of July weekend. But for now, still very clear. Areas of fog setting up overnight into Thursday, followed by another rather dry day. FlyCRW forecast, it starts at home. A lot of other spots you could be traveling to will keep the need to practice heat safety through 4th of July weekend. Triple-digit heat for Charlotte and D.C. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast. Part of the issue is temperatures maintaining in the mid-70s overnight. Moundsville, 75. We'll have a high here of 98 on Thursday, 96 Morgantown. Martinsburg, 74 for a low. We will have the mountains again a bit cooler. Davis, 67 for a low, 89 for a high. Meanwhile, pushing back to these hot spots, 104 Martinsburg, 103 for Petersburg. Some fog sitting up here and there. Elkins, 70 tonight, 93 then on Thursday, with 99 for Ripley. We'll see Marlinton, 67, Charleston, 73. Areas of fog possible overnight. Then temperatures well into the 90s for our Thursday. So hot through the rest of the week, some storms developing over the weekend, and by next week, highs in the 80s.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's 5:06 in West Virginia, and it's time to start the third and final hour of our program today, Metro News Hotline. Thanks so much for tuning in today, folks. We got a lot of stuff to do before we move on out of here at 6 o'clock. Hey, you know what? If you just tuned in and you're leaving the office or you're in your car, driving your kids around or doing whatever you do in your car at 5 o'clock, we're happy to have you. Just wanted to make you aware that we are available as a podcast. You can get it everywhere, but do what I do. I just go to the website, WVMetronews.com. You'll find our show as a podcast. All the other shows on the network are available as podcasts there. When you get to the front page, WVMetronews.com, hit that podcast link and just follow the prompts and you're good to go. Also, for those of you who are watching on YouTube or Facebook Live or on the Metro News TV app, a very special video hello to you. We've got some stuff happening in this particular hour. We're going to reset our question of the day. George Pelletier, who is the president and the CEO of West Virginia Radio Corporation, is going to join me here in just a matter of seconds to talk about today's breaking news that WVRC is back in the business of Mountaineer sports in a big, big way. You know what? If you got any questions for George about this deal, send me a text. Now, I got some questions. I've got some things I want to know about, so I'm going to talk to George about this in a sec. But if you've got questions you want to have answered, shoot me a text, 304-TALK-304, 304-825-5304, and we'll try to get those answered for you. A little bit later on in the half hour, we'll play in or out. And speaking of the Mountaineers, Tony Caridi will be joining us at 5:33 for his regular spot every Wednesday at the bottom of the 5 o'clock hour to talk about not just this deal, but there's other stuff going on regarding the Mountaineers and the Big 12. So we're going to talk a little bit with Tony about that. That'll be at 5:33 this afternoon. All right, here's our question of the day. Question of the day. West Virginia Radio Corporation, WVU and Learfield have agreed to bring back Mountaineer games and more to several WVRC media stations. That announcement was made earlier today. So here's the question, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What's your reaction to today's news? The WVU Sports are coming back home to the West Virginia Radio Corporation beginning this fall with football. What's your reaction to this news? WVU Sports coming back home to WVRC beginning with football this fall. You know the text line. I just gave it to you. 304-TALK 304. 304-8255 304. I'm on X2. I'm always checking that stuff. At weekly, WEEKLEY. One word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. Just a couple of quick responses. Let's see. We got a bunch of responses on X, also on the text line. Here's the text line note. 304-694. Dave, this was long overdue. Glad to hear more local channels than some random station will be carrying Mountaineer football. You know what? I kind of feel the same way about that stuff. All right, let's get George Pelletier on the line. George, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Dave. Good to be with you.
Hey, man, thanks for coming on the show. My first question for you is, how many times have people asked you about this? They have probably asked you this question hundreds of times, literally, when are you going to get the Mountaineers back? And today it officially happened.
Yes, Dave. It is probably the single most asked question that I've had since I have had the pleasure of being a part of WVRC Media, starting my 6th year now, actually, this month. And, finally I get to say, well, it's happening this fall, and we're just ecstatic about being able to have Mountaineer athletics back on several of our stations and in, really 9 of our markets. All right.
So the genesis of this deal, how far back did talks begin? And it looked like it was going to happen.
I kidded with Ren that I was waiting in his driveway when he pulled in from Denton way back when. But we've probably been in conversations with WVU for 3 years now, talking about how we might be able to make this happen and make this work. And our markets in Morgantown and Clarksburg and Elkins and Kaiser Cumberland and also Berkeley Springs and Martinsburg are all a part of this deal, and the flagship stations will return to WVAQ and WAJR, which they were for so many, many years, and we're just really, really excited to be able to do that.
How difficult were some of these negotiations with the different stations? I mean, this is not a blanket deal. Didn't you have to do a deal with all of these different stations?
Yeah, each of the stations sort of was considered on its own merit. And as you all know, Dave, we have, very strong signals, and we do an awful lot of local focused content and community-oriented programming, whether it's our high school sports or our news coverage or our weather or just things about the community, which I think enhanced our position when we started to talk to the university and to Learfield. And then, Ren and, the people at the university have been friendly with us forever and very gracious with their time to come on shows like Talkline and middays and even the morning news and those type of things. So we quickly expanded on that and said, well, we'd really love to be able to be back in the athletics business. And so one thing led to another, and we were able to get it done here within the last few weeks.
Now, not all of the stations in the network are going to be coming back to football in a few weeks. I'm getting questions about what's going on in Charleston, what's going on in Beckley, and some of those other stations. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the affiliation is actually between WVRC and Learfield. And Learfield has secured the rights, and they've had them for a number of years, and they have them into the future for a number of years. And, they're probably the largest sports affiliation company in the United States. They have most of the major colleges across the country. And so our affiliation was with them. And obviously we were just lucky this time in that all of those markets that I just listed, they were coming up for renewal in this particular fall season. So the other markets that we have are not yet up, and quite honestly, I'm not sure even when all of those particular markets like Beckley and Charleston are up. But we were able to at least communicate and get a deal done on these for this coming fall.
So the deal between West Virginia Radio Corporation and Learfield to bring WVU Sports back to affiliates, is this a similar deal that Learfield has with other universities, or is it different?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, based upon my history in some of the other markets, it's very similar to what we had in Nebraska when I was running radio stations there. But in this particular case, having the flagships stations in the market where the university actually is, we really look forward to being able to work with Learfield to assist them in accelerating any of the coverage, any of the content that we can help to create and get out to the audience. Because there is no market or state like West Virginia when it comes to passion for their university. And we're looking forward to any other ways that we can utilize our assets to be able to accelerate the coverage and the content that we present to Mountaineer fans throughout the state.
We're talking with George Pelletier. He's the president and the CEO of the West Virginia Radio Corporation in light of today's announcement that Mountaineer sports are coming back to several of the WVRC affiliates beginning this fall with football. One thing I think people kind of misunderstand with this announcement, or at least a couple of people who have sent me text about it today, they don't understand this is not an agreement that means that WVRC runs the network. It's just we are going to be affiliates of the network, correct?
That's correct, Dave. Yeah, our agreement is actually with Learfield Sports, or the Mountaineer Sports Properties company, which owns the rights to WVU Sports for the broadcast on radio, et cetera, et cetera. So we are affiliating with them, and thus we'll be able to then work more closely with the university, but we'll be able to carry and present in all of the markets that I just outlined: football, men's and women's basketball, and baseball as well, plus the coaches shows and the press conferences and those type of things. So there'll be a multitude of content that we'll be able to provide. And I think the other thing that's important is that, as you well know, Mountaineer athletics is a 12-month a year sort of thing. And so gaining that access to the university and being a part of that affiliation, I think will assist us in all of the things that we do, and being able to have access to and insight to, all things Mountaineer when it comes to the important things that fans are interested in.
Here's a couple of other things about this agreement that I think people need to understand, that this is not only about the games and the coaches shows, but this is also going to give West Virginia Radio Corporation access to, other types of announcements, maybe recruiting class videos, press conferences for ingoing or maybe outgoing coaches, or any other things that have to do with Mountaineer sports that may be aired somewhere previously but could air on West Virginia Radio Corporation stations in the future.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Here's another hypothetical I got from somebody today. And, George, I appreciate your time on this, by the way.
Anytime, Dave. Anytime.
Here's one. So, for example, many of the affiliates that are going to have Mountaineer sports again in the fall are going to have access to the coaches shows, both for football and for basketball. Could there be a streaming video availability for these coaches shows that could be on Metro News Television?
Yeah, it's a great question. Our affiliation is with our particular radio stations in the particular markets that we cover. So, at this point, there isn't any affiliation for Metro News Television at all. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't still go and cover some of those things and present them as news coverage. But as far as us being able to have acquired or obtaining video rights, that's not in the agreement.
Okay. Could there be other programming that's WVU sports related that could be blossomed out of this deal? Maybe some additional things.
Yeah, certainly there are those possibilities, but that would be normally the way that would work is that the Learfield folks who have the rights to to WVU athletics would approach us and say, hey, how about if we did whatever it is, if we did some type of programming that was associated with soccer as an example.
There you go.
And then we would make the decision whether or not we deem that as valuable to our audiences, to our communities, those type of things. But we're certainly always willing, as you well know, to explore ways that we can expand coverage of any of the things that we do. And so certainly we would welcome those opportunities, but that would probably be situations where we would be working directly with the Learfield folks.
And just to wrap this up, I got a minute here. 13 years ago, fair or not, WVU baseball wasn't quite the hot property that it is today. So there's been a lot of discussion about those games, where they're going to be cleared, and we're going to be able to hear them next season after an unprecedented run to the College World Series this year.
Well, their season that they had was almost one of those once in a lifetime type of things. It really was a very special season, and not only that, but the fans and the way that they reacted to the Mountaineers gaining a spot in the College World Series was spectacular. And it seemed as though, all of the people in Omaha sort of adopted West Virginia as their home team, which is really that's a real feather in the cap of not only the players and the coaches, but also the fans that went out there and visited that. And you're absolutely right. We're excited about baseball in this state, and love the tradition that's being built currently, and we're just happy to be a part of being able to provide that coverage for our listeners.
All right, George, that's the hard part. Now we got to keep you in for in or out. You good to go for that?
Sure, Dave. I'd be happy to go for in and out.
We'll do
my maiden voyage on in and out, Dave.
We'll do it next. Stay tuned, everybody.
You can call us at 800-765-8255. Text us at 304-825-5304. Or tweet at WEEKLEY. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
On the next State of Minds.
We cook West Virginian food is how we like to phrase it.
I knew that every time I would hear a story, and I would hear the same story, but it never got old, about what this meant to the family and how it was served and how special it was to be put on the table.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
At Daniels Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniels is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discovered tailored suits you'll only find in store at Daniels.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is time to play In or Out. Every day at this time, we focus on this stuff you talk about at the office. We call it In or Out. The setup, simple. 3 categories: food or beverage, gut reaction. Finally, this one's about a celebrity. The topics of which change daily. Let's get started with food or beverage. Coop, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because it was on this date in 1952 that Kraft invented and rolled out Cheese Whiz.
Okay.
Cheese Whiz invented and rolled out on this date in 1952. Cheese Whiz is a processed cheese product, and you can use it for a variety of things. Did you know that Cheese Whiz is a stain remover?
Oh.
It's a stain remover. You can shave with it, allegedly.
Oh yeah, the Cheese Whiz shave. Sure.
There you go. Cheese Whiz. In or out?
I'm not going to shave with it, I don't think. But as far as Cheese Whiz goes, number one, what's a wit sandwich, a steak sandwich without wit? You know, I mean, you got to have some Cheese Whiz on that thing, right? Number 2, I like it on toast. Number 3, I love how people from other countries complain about it all the time. It's quintessentially American, and I absolutely love it. So I am in.
Yeah, there you go. George Pelletier, who's the CEO and president of the West Virginia Radio Corporation, making his maiden voyage in or Out. What is your thought on Cheese Whiz, in or out?
So I would have to say I agree with Coop on the Philly steak sandwiches. It is a must on those. But my question would be, if you use it as a stain remover, then how do you get the Cheese Whiz off of off of the clothing, right? But I'm in.
Fair point. By the way, Cheese Whiz, guys, also available as a hair conditioner.
Oh.
Cheese Whiz into your hair, leave it for a half an hour, shampoo, and rinse thoroughly. That's your Cheese Whiz, introduced on this date in 1952. A gut reaction is next. Let's talk about quick replies. A study of more than 11 million freelance job exchanges found that replying just 5 to 10 minutes slower can reduce your hiring odds significantly. Quoting, people see a quick response as a sign that you'll be attentive to their needs in the future. Quick replies, Coop. Quick replies, in or out.
So is this to a job search? Like
a job search.
Responding to?
Yes.
Man, 5 minutes. That seems. I'm going to be out on this just from a personal perspective. I've done some hiring in my life, and like if we're talking days or weeks, sure. But if we're talking the difference between 5 minutes between candidates, I want to go with the best candidate, man. I don't know that the 5 minute thing is going to bother me all that much.
What a perfect time to have George on
the
show,
That's what I was thinking.
All right, George.
Taking notes.
You're hiring a bunch of guys. I mean, literally 5 or 10 minutes in terms of the reply. Does that make a difference? Quick replies, in or out?
I would say I'm out on quick replies because that would mean to me that they have nothing to do.
Yeah, right.
Fair enough.
They're just sitting around waiting for that.
All right, fair enough. Finally, this one is about a celebrity. Oh, the biggest hero in England today, Harry Kane, came to the rescue in Atlanta today. England was down to DR Congo 1-0. He scored 2 goals in about 10 minutes, lifted England to a 2-1 win. He's got more World Cup goals now than Pele.
Oh, wow.
All right?
Yeah, wow.
We're just past Pele. Harry Kane, in or out?
One of my favorite things about World Cup on social media anyway is when something like this happens and there's a dramatic goal scored, the spike just goes off the charts.
I know.
Like, it just goes off the charts. Millions upon millions upon millions of impressions. It's impressive to see everybody watching the same thing at one time. So, yeah, I got to be – oh, I'm sorry. That was a mistake. I got to be in. It was a great goal. Yeah, absolutely. I got to be in.
George, what are your thoughts on Harry Kane, the hero for England in today's World Cup game?
2 goals in a World Cup game is like 6 hits in a baseball game or 5 touchdown passes. So I got to be in.
All right. And obviously things were looking a little bleak for the 3 Lions today, but they did manage to win 2-1 over Congo. And now they play Sunday night in Mexico City against
stadium.
Mexico. That is going to be insane. Got to be in on Harry Kane. And Coop, let's give it up for George, our boss. Being a good sport, coming on, doing a radio segment with us, talking about the big deal today between West Virginia Radio Corporation and WVU Sports, and hanging out for In or Out.
That's a trifecta.
Yeah, George, thanks a lot. I do appreciate it.
Anytime, guys. Thanks very much.
George Pelletier. All right, we'll take a break at the bottom of the hour for local news. Oh, and Tony Caridi's up next. We got a lot of stuff to talk to Tony about, not just this deal with the WVRC, but other Mountaineer topics as well. Hang in for that. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Weathers. Heat advisories in the orange and warnings in the pink in effect through Friday. The exception is the mountains, where our heat risk will still be moderate to major on Thursday. All the purple is extreme heat risk continuing again Friday and many areas Saturday as well. So it's possible that we'll have to see that need for heat headlines continue on the 4th of July. Watch Charleston's heat index fall to 99 Monday. Still hot, but less extreme at that time. Friday, later in the day from the north, a marginal risk for severe weather. Then later in the day, Saturday, and again on Sunday, a marginal risk for some heavy rain that could bring some flooding concerns. So we will see a more active stretch with some shower and thunderstorm potential heading through 4th of July weekend. But for now, still very clear. Areas of fog setting up overnight into Thursday, followed by another rather dry day. Fly CRW forecast, it starts at home. A lot of other spots you could be traveling to will keep the need to practice heat safety through 4th of July weekend. Triple-digit heat for Charlotte and D.C. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast. Part of the issue is temperatures maintaining in the mid-70s overnight. Moundsville, 75. We'll have a high here of 98 on Thursday, 96 Morgantown. Martinsburg, 74 for a low. We will have the mountains again a bit cooler. Davis, 67 for a low, 89 for a high. Meanwhile, pushing back to these hot spots, 104 Martinsburg, 103 for Petersburg. Some fog setting up here and there. Elkins, 70 tonight, 93 then on Thursday, with 99 for Ripley. We'll see Marlinton, 67, Charleston, 73. Areas of fog possible overnight. Then temperatures well into the 90s for our Thursday. So hot through the rest of the week. Some storms developing over the weekend. And by next week, highs in the 80s.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah, if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, It's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, that's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. Tony Caridi is going to join me in just a minute to talk about Mountaineer sports and the Big 12. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Big 12, so we're going to get into that in just a sec. Let me do a quick reset on our question of the day. By the way, Coop, how about our boss, George Pelletier? He put up with our nonsense. A very professional performance, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it really have to decide if we really just do the show or do something else. To remain safe.
That's so true. Question of the day. West Virginia Radio Corporation, Media, WVU, and Learfield have agreed to bring back Mountaineer games and more to several WVRC media stations. Question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What's your reaction to this news? The home to the WVRC beginning with football this fall. We have a ton of response to this. You can jump in there as well. 304 Talk 304. That's the text line. 304-8255-304. You'll find me on X. Yeah, I hang out there quite a bit. At Weekly, WEEKLEY. One word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. A couple of quick responses to this. 304-288. Dave, it's about time. Love this news. 304-575. Dave, why no Beckley Station? I think we addressed that in our last segment. 304-290. When or will Mountaineer radio broadcast be available in Charleston or southern West Virginia? To be determined. That was also addressed in our last segment. That'll be a podcast, won't it, Coop?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I put George in a small room with a bright light and tried to squeeze out some information.
Yeah, you got it pretty bright in there. You
did.
It
gave us pretty bright. Let's see, 304-657. Dave, very happy about this. Bring back the glory days, the breast pre and post game analysis. Tony and Brad do a great job. Happy 4th of July, Dave. Happy 4th of July to you as well. By the way, Coop, we are going to be here on Friday. We have a live show on Friday.
100% live.
We'll be all the way live.
That's here. That's locally on the flagship. CHS will have be fully staffed. We'll be. It's a busy weekend.
Absolutely,
it's a news-making weekend, and we're going to be burning it.
Yeah, Charleston's going to be insane at the end of the week, so we'll be live on Friday. All right, let me get Tony Caridi in here. Tony, how you doing today?
I'm great, Dave. How are you?
Thank you for coming on the show. So, first of all, how many years have you been doing WVU games? How long have you been associated with the network?
Associated with the network, this will probably be 41. Associated with the network, like 1986, I started to do TV features.
That's
and then,
crazy.
I started doing, believe it or not, you remember, and you do remember, the delay TV broadcast that would air at 11:30 at night for football.
Oh, man.
Started doing those in 87 when Major was a redshirt freshman. Tom Mees would fly in after doing the 2 a.m. Sports Center on ESPN and would land in Pittsburgh, drive to Morgantown, and I was his color analyst, believe it or not, for a year. And then we translated that over to, we would each do a half, one play-by-play and one color. And then by like 89, I started doing those with John Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
Long answer to your short question. TV at first, then started in 89, I think. I started doing WV TV basketball. Remember, we used to do a lot of games on MSN TV of live basketball. And then radio, 1996, most of the games. Jack got sick in 96, and then officially from 97 on.
The tape delay era. I'm thinking about that crazy game at East Carolina. Was that 87?
Yeah, Mike Timko to Harvey Smith.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
87. That was probably 86.
Okay,
I'd have to look that up. That might have been Timko to Harvey Smith. We should have lost, and the ball was thrown by Timko late to Harvey, and Harvey caught it, and we stole the game.
So this announcement today about Learfield, WVU, and West Virginia RC, you still got your cubicle at the building, right? I'm glad you kept that.
I have a cubicle. Yeah, I go in there I go in to record 3 guys.
Right.
So that's pretty much the extent of it nowadays. But yeah, this is significant in the sense that it just opens up the opportunity to be heard by a lot more people, and as a result of that, that's a good thing when the listeners just get a better chance to hear the games. And I did look it up. I did look it up while I was talking. Mike Timko, 20 of 34 for 234 yards with 2 touchdowns, and West Virginia with a late TD won 24-21 over East Carolina.
That was 86, right?
86.
86.
Correct.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, a week from now, you're going to be at the Big 12 Football Media Day. Like, summer's over for you, right? Essentially.
Summer's done. Yeah, I was talking with Brad Howe today, and gosh, dang, that's early.
Yeah, it is.
That's like early, and I don't know exactly why it has to be that early, because schools really don't start practice until the first week of August. But I think that the league wants to jump out ahead of everyone else. As you know, these things have become productions of their own. The SEC did a fantastic job over the years to build up their media days, and I think schools and other leagues have been trying to figure out a way to get as much juice out of theirs, and I think that's probably in large part as to why that's happening.
So you'll be at the Star in Frisco, Texas. That's where the Big 12 Football Media Day is going to be. I'm looking at the list of who's going to be representing individual teams, and it's in alphabetical order. Do we know when West Virginia is going to present? Are they going to present next Tuesday or Wednesday?
They go Tuesday. They go Tuesday, which is what day? That's 5 is Sunday, 6, 7. They go 7.
All right. West Virginia is the only team in the Big 12 that's only got 3 representatives. Is that by design?
Dave, we don't talk, we play, we win.
Right.
No, I think, I think from Rich's standpoint, to be quite honest with you, when you have a 70-plus roster turnover again, like, you're still trying to figure out as well as everyone else, like, okay, who can speak, who doesn't speak, and you've been to these things as well. When you bring a ton of guys, a lot of times there's like, and I've seen this and I kind of feel bad. Like, let's say you bring 5 dudes. Like, oftentimes, like, there's questions for 3, and like two poor guys just kind of sit there and go,
yeah, that is
twiddle
true.
their thumbs. And so, like, I think in some cases less is more, where you guys will get engaged and you'll have questions. And I think to be quite honest with you, it's a better overall experience than kind of like being, out there in the field and no one ever talks to you.
Arizona State's taking 7 guys.
That's awesome.
They're taking 7 guys.
Hope they get tired and they won't be ready to play this coming season.
And they have a bunch. And they just have a bunch of guys. There are a bunch of teams that are going to take 6 guys. So West Virginia is going to have 3. Hey, what's your take on this announcement yesterday about the fact there's going to be a 3-part documentary on Texas Tech football on Paramount Plus? What do you think about that? I guess they're putting that bad boy together, and it's going to run sometime in August.
Yeah, so not surprised. I think that anyone that's watching this, league-centric or just overall in college sports, because of Cody Campbell and the dollars that he has generated, they have become a story unto themselves, because they were really the first ones out there that had the billion-dollar dude that was willing to put the money down. And we saw that from the days of the $1 million softball pitcher. And, they've made some other very large investments. Then, of course, the Sorsby story. So they've taken it upon themselves to become a story, to become a quote-unquote attraction. And so it doesn't really surprise me. It's probably the next step for them. It's invaluable promotion, and it really doesn't surprise me.
Well, I'm looking at the Texas Tech release on this, and Sorsby is not mentioned, okay?
I don't think he would be, no.
He's not mentioned. And doesn't this thing have to have like a one-on-one with Sorsby to really get viewers to check it out? We want to hear his side of the story, and this seems like in a streaming premium cable service or a streaming service, this would be the platform to him to do so. I mean, he's going to be in this thing, right? He's got to be.
I don't know, Dave. I mean, if I'm the people that are advising Brendan Sorsby right now, I would go unbelievably quiet, to be quite honest with you. I would, as he did recently, said that there's not going to be any legal action taken against the NFL for them not having a supplemental draft, and I'm going to continue to work on getting myself better. To be quite honest with you, I think now is a really super good time to go quiet, to continue to work out, and maybe several months from now, like as the season's getting ready to go to completion mode, like November-ish, December, come back out and say, hey, I've had a great 4 months and I'm doing extremely well. Everything is good. Looking forward to start, working out for the draft. I'm working out for the draft, getting ready. I think that's the best way to play it for him rather than doing anything that would be construed as excuses. He just needs to turn the page and become that next guy, but I think that's time that needs to happen.
All right, I'll get you out of here on a basketball question about the Mountaineers. I'm sure you saw this, where Miles Sadler is listed as the 30th overall pick in the Athletics' way too early mocked NBA draft for next year. So that would make him a first-round pick. He would be the last pick in the first round in the Athletics' way too early mock draft for 2027. So complete this sentence. Miles Sadler is the most hyped WVU hoops prospect since blank.
Hyped? Well, I mean, Oscar Tshiebwe.
I think that's the answer.
Yeah, I think Oscar had a ton of credentials, and if you want to go to the backcourt, then probably we're going to date ourselves. Surprise, Jonathan Hargett. He had a ton. He had a ton of national attention. He's a point guard, and Miles obviously is a point guard. But Oscar was a super high level recruit, and it came true, right? He becomes the National Player of the Year. So I would have to say Oscar. By the by, I don't know if many of you guys talk about this, but Miles, is at the Chris Paul camp this week in Las Vegas. And that's only 15 college players are chosen to attend that. And it's a workout thing for guards. And so that's another piece onto his resume. I've watched him. He's going to be extremely fun and enjoyable to watch. He's got a lot of wonderful attributes, but like anything else, there's going to be an adjustment period, and it won't take him long, but he'll be zipping up and down that floor. And I think the biggest thing that Mountaineer fans are going to like is that he's a guy that obviously can pass it extremely well, has the ability to shoot the ball. He's a willing passer, has the ability to get paint touches at an extremely high rate. He can get by people even though they're bigger because of his speed. So it's just going to be a ton of fun to watch him, and he's got a lot of nice pieces that he's going to be able to work with. But I think folks are going to really like this team.
So also to get you out of here and a follow-up on that, the fact that the Athletic has him as the last pick of the first round in their mock draft for 2027, should we be anticipating that he's going to be a one-and-done player?
Oh, I don't know nowadays, dude. I mean, who knows? I mean,
if he thinks he's going to be, if his people think that he's going to go in the first round, he's going to be a one and done.
100%. Yeah, I mean, you're silly not to. If you're a first-round pick, you go in the first round if you can do that. But again, there is so much basketball to be played, and then we'll know, right? We'll know by the time February comes along, like, okay, is he still being listed as a guy that's going to be a shoe-in draft pick in the first round? We'll know by then, but there's still a ton of things that he has to do and go out there and perform. It's hard, man. I mean, it's really, really hard, as you well know.
All right, got it. Tony, got to leave it there. Thanks for your time today. I do appreciate it. Talk to you next week from Frisco, I guess.
Yep. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it.
All right. Tony Caridi weighing in on the big news today about some stations in the West Virginia Radio Corporation will be returning to the WVU Sports fold, beginning with football this fall. Let's take a break. We're coming back with more in just a moment.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
5, 3. I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her Oh, yeah. I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah,
this
if you
is,
can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world!
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I think you need some appropriate business cards now. But you have your own personalized logo.
I got
a marshmallow with 4 toothpicks coming out of it. So congratulations, man. I think you need to announce yourself now.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
All right, welcome back to the show. 9 minutes till the hour. Oh, man. 89th minute. Belgium has just tied Senegal 2-2. So Senegal was literally within, 6 or 7 minutes of moving on to the round of 16. And now Belgium has scored, and that's tied up. This has been a crazy day in the World Cup. So DR Congo scored early against England, and they carried the lead for most of the game until the 74th minute. When Harry Kane scored the first of his 2 goals, his second goal, the go-ahead goal for England today was an absolute rocket. You'll see it on TV. And, of course, tonight the United States is going to play Belgium in Santa Clara. That game will be at 8 o'clock on Fox. Here in the Kanawha Valley, there are going to be game-watching parties amongst soccer fans, probably in individual homes. But there's a big show right down on the boulevard that's going to have the game live. Probably be pretty hot out there tonight. But that's going to air tonight at 8 o'clock as the United States is going to try to get to the round of 16. We have a ton of response to the question of the day. Let me get a couple more here. And some of these that we can't get to will be in the follow-up file on Friday. So WVRC, West Virginia Radio Corporation, WVU and Learfield have agreed to bring back Mountaineer games and more to several stations along the network, beginning with football this fall. So the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law, what's your reaction to this news that WVU Sports is coming back home to the West Virginia Radio Corporation beginning this fall? Let me get a couple of quick responses here. Oh, here's Cara. Oh, Cara, I love it when you respond to these questions. She goes, Dave, I love it. I loved when games were airing on V100 and the endless hours of pregame and the play-by-play on 580. Glad that MSN is back on WV Radio. My question is, why aren't Charleston affiliates included in this? We discussed that with George Pelletier, the CEO and the president of West Virginia Radio Corp, earlier in this hour. And some of these stations, the length of the contracts didn't sync up. The Charleston contract is still 1 year out. So we'll see what happens in the future. Thanks for the question. Harley on X. Dave, WVU sports coverage has been a coverage desert around Summersville. Will they try to fix that? Well, we'll see. Let's see. Michael Gordon. Dave, why not WCHS? Can't hardly pick up any of the stations in Taze Valley that currently carry them. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm with you. I'm with you on that one, Michael. Here is Jordan on X. Dave, WVU should have never left the network. Money/greed caused the issues in the first place. The games are now back where they belonged. That's where Jim is also in his comment here. He says, the WVRC, that's where the games have always belonged. Happy to have them back there. We have a bunch of text messages about this as well. So, Coop, we got people talking about this today. This has been a hot topic on the network today.
Man, it gives me kind of warm fuzzies, to be honest with you, just a
I
little
agree.
bit, because we put a lot of work into those broadcasts, and when I say we, I really didn't have much to do with those back in the day, but people still involved with the network that put those together. Del Miller helped put the whole thing and launch the entire thing, and it's something that was our pride and joy for a long time. And so, although it's not our production to do now, we're an affiliate of the production. All the ancillary programming, the things we're going to put around it, we're going to do it right. So I'm really looking forward to it.
A couple of baseball things today. Pirates at the Phils tonight. Reds in Milwaukee. The wind must have been blowing out at Wrigley. The Cubs beat the Padres today, 23-3. The Cubs scored 20.
Dabney Swanson had a game. Holy cow.
23 runs on 17 hits today for the Cubs. The Nationals put up double digits. They beat the Red Sox at Fenway Park today, 10-2. The O's were winners at home against the White Sox, 6-1. The Dirty Birds are on the road at High Point tonight. All right, we'll take a break. We're back to Rapid in just a moment.
The Library of Congress invites you to visit the revamped Veterans History Project website, where firsthand accounts shared by U.S. military veterans are accessible to the public. Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the Collections. Scroll down to Search the VHP Collections and click. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
To the big-hearted, the bold, the teachers, the growers, the builders, the change makers, we need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go the distance to make a difference. We're volunteers, partners, communities, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you looking for more? Then we are looking for you. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us.
These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife, to keep our water and air safe, and to advance clean energy and combat climate change. We're Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. We're Earth Justice, and we're here because the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights and wins more cases on the environment than we do. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
All right, folks, we're late. We got to get out of here. Stay tuned for the news and Sportsline. It's coming up next. My name's Dave Weekley. I'll talk to you tomorrow, beginning at 3:06, right here on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.